all tied up, and this first set is dead even.
Unbelievable combination.
Wow.
Beautifully done.
What a great spot.
Hello and welcome to the 2025-26 APTA Tour. We're live from the Glenview Club in Gulf, Illinois, bringing you the 2025 Chicago Charities Grand Prix, with live streaming brought to you by the APTA membership and our tour presenting sponsor, Corient. Tournament support has also been provided by the following local tournament sponsors: Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, Wintrust, Viking Athletics, CPTC, the Chicago Platform Tennis Charities Men's League, CNSWPL, the Chicago North Suburban Women's Paddle League. I'm Denise Murphy, along with the legendary Guy Moore, bringing you this women's quarterfinal match between our number 2 seed, Florentina Hanish and Anna Maria Zubori, versus number 6 seed, Victoria Cran and Lindsay Herchel. Guy, welcome to the booth.
How you doing, Denise?
I'm doing just peachy, Guy.
So good to be here. And you see up on our screen, Lob Laboon, our chair umpire. We will be playing the best 2 out of 3 sets, regular scoring for the ladies this afternoon. Beautiful day in Gulf, Illinois, at the Glenview Club, Denise. Fun to be sitting here next to you. Gonna be a fun match to call.
Oh my gosh, yes. It's going to be an interesting match to call. I'm wondering if Vic Cran, who is wearing the black pants, is going to change to green pants. That's what I want to know.
Well, I don't know why she didn't get the memo, is my question to you. I mean, everyone else got the memo.
I mean, we're both wearing green pants right now.
We are. We all look the same except Victoria Cran. I mean, the only thing Lindsay Herchel doesn't have on is the visor. But anyways, we'll have a good time.
It's going to be a fantastic match. I mean, both players had really tough matches in the round of 16. Hanish and Zubori beat Curtis and Granger in 3 sets, 6-2, 5-7, 6-1. And Cran and Herchel beat Baez and Mihalovic 7-5, 3-6, 6-4. So both coming off a tough 3-setter in the round of 16, and looking forward to seeing some action here in the quarters.
Absolutely. We'll introduce our players as they come onto the screen here, but let's talk a little bit about their backgrounds, Denise. Why don't you start with Hanish and Zubori?
I mean, for anybody that knows paddle, that's kind of, they are the premier team and have been for a very long time. Flor Hanish from Watchung, New Jersey, Anna Maria Zubori from Norwalk, Connecticut. Hanish has 3 national championships under her belt. 2017 with Annika van Sternberg, 2021 and 2022 with Anna Maria Zubori, and Zubori obviously with the 2 national championships with Flor. So a lot of experience, incredible talent. They have been at the top of the game for many, many years. Last year at Nationals, they came in 3rd. This is their first tournament together this year, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they bring. And actually, Guy, now that I'm talking, you and I called their last match in the semis of Nationals last year.
We sure did.
How cool is that?
And that was an amazing match. Different formations, just tons of athletic ability. Just a fun team to watch. It'll be interesting to see some of their early tactics with Zubori, because we know what they can do tactically. And then you have them playing against Victoria Cran and Lindsay Herchel, our number 6 seed. And I tell you what, it's this women's draw here at the Charities. There's a lot of depth, but a lot of new teams in the mix too, wouldn't you say?
Yes, and it's so exciting. I love when new blood is infused and they challenge the players that have been at the top of the game, and that's what's so great about this game is typically a team brings in a new weapon, a new shot, perhaps a new formation like we saw from Hanish and Zubori at Nationals, and adjustments are made, and the game continues to grow and just get better and better.
Yeah, let me introduce our players. At the net on the far side is Florentina Hanish, who just volleyed that ball. Both her and Zubori are both wearing identical outfits, which they have for the last few years. You have Anna Maria Zubori to the top right of the screen. On the side closest to us, to the bottom left, you have Lindsay Herchel. in the green pants and the black top, and then you have Victoria Cran with the blue hat on and the gray shirt in the deuce side.
So speaking of last year's stats, Cran and Herchel had their best finish ever. They came in 7th at Nationals in Philadelphia, which is, they were super proud of that finish. And so they're definitely on the upswing. They've been playing years and years together. I don't believe they've ever played a tournament without each other. So
Wow.
when one gets injured, they don't just go looking for another one. They're like, hey, whenever you're ready, I'm here for you.
That's the definition of a team, right?
I know, it's amazing. They flew in from Massachusetts.
Yep. Yeah, Victoria Cran is the director of rackets at the Eastern Yacht Club in Marblehead, Mass. Played the Pro Tour. She's got a nice squash background. That'll be interesting to see if we see any of those shots come out. I mean,
You will.
Yeah, yeah. And then Lindsay played college tennis at Stonehill, and this is a crazy stat from a college tennis perspective, but won 100 matches playing the #1 single spot at Stonehill College. That's pretty impressive.
That's really cool.
And, you know, Denise, that's the one thing you've seen over the last few years with the women's game is so many players with a huge tennis background, and they learn the game so quick. Mm-hmm. And it's just a great equalizer. Their hands, their drives, their offense, the ability to start spinning and rolling balls. You're just seeing that widespread across the women's game. It's so exciting. I mean, all these matches that are going on out here, the transition and the amount of offense that we see from these teams is so impressive. Denise, do you look early on for Zubori to kind of make her mark on this match?
Yes, but I actually was just going to comment how I like the pace that this is starting. I mean, they're both kind of feeling each other out. Nobody's doing crazy stuff or pulling the trigger, just kind of seeing what choices each other is making, and then from there, both teams will start formulating a solid plan. But what you'll see, so it looks like Vic Cran will be serving. Typically, when they're at the baseline, you're going to see Vic Cran pulling the trigger big time on her forehand, and Herchel just flying in behind it.
Right.
She's just got a really good nose for the ball, applies pressure at the right times.
And that's kind of their 1-2 punch, right?
Yes, that is just over and over again, just tough. Because she doesn't, when Herchel comes in, she typically hits another touch, which is a very tricky shot to hit when you're coming in with such power and force to then hit an off-pace ball.
And Herchel loves the drop shot too, right?
Yes.
And I'll say something to everyone watching. You know, today was about as nice of a day as you could have in the fall in Chicago, 60 degrees, no wind. It's much cooler tonight. Temperatures have changed quite a bit. I think both these teams, especially Cran and Herchel early on here, need to get involved in a really long point and get their wheels under them, because this is going way too fast for them right now.
Way too fast. And if you notice, Guy, which I know you did because nothing gets by you, they're just targeting right hip all day long. That was 2 quick missed volleys. One to Cran, one to Herchel, right hip, missed. So they're really dialing in Hanish and Zubori, not just hitting huge drives, but knowing exactly where they're going to put that ball. It's a nice little cutter.
Yeah, and that's why I say Cran and Herchel need a long point, because they're going to have to move playing against these two, especially when Zubori's spinning and hitting balls just like that. And in going back to your comment about the drives,
Yes.
you notice too, like you said, they're just spotting their drives. They're not hitting anything hard.
No. Well, for them, it's not hard.
Right, right.
It's all relative.
Well, and that just tells us too that when they're spotting, they're probably not looking to drive the next ball as much as they're looking to lob and create a pattern just to set up big open spots in the court, so the drives are so high percentage. To love, Hanish Zubori, 15 all, Chicago Charities, 2025.
The first Grand Prix of the season.
And speaking of the women's side, I was following kind of the sign-ups for the last week. I mean, the women's draw was full very quickly, much quicker than even the men's, which is usually the opposite. So it just shows you the enthusiasm and the depth in Chicago
It's a beautiful
with
shot.
women players.
Guy, I just love when watching Zubori hit the overheads. Her base is just so wide. She's so incredibly balanced and just transfers her weight so nicely from her back foot to her front foot.
And you see Hanish has no interest in coming back in there. And I promise you they were going to go into that I formation right there. And I was talking to Florentina before in their three-setter in the round of 16. She does this sometimes. She starts serving with a ton of pace and then
Takes a little off.
not that she gets tight, but she just refuses to miss the serve, so she pushes it in. And she was saying, Anna was like, don't push that. And she's like, I'm going to push because I'm not missing, which look, it can be a difference maker, right?
Right.
And you know, no free points.
Well, and if you have such confidence in your first volley as well,
Of course.
that there's the risk reward is just unnecessary because you're like, I can make any volley.
Yeah, and that's 100% one of the strengths of Hanish's game is I was just watching her warm up. I mean, her paddle said the tip of it set at 10 o'clock. She's stable, wide base, like we always talk about.
Lindsay Herchel is serving. Florentina Hanish returning. Women's quarterfinal match of Chicago Charities, which is the first Grand Prix of the season.
We said it in previous broadcasts, but these guys in Chicago, the whole committee, the APTA, I mean, they know the template of this tournament. They do a fantastic job.
Yeah, hats off to Jason Love, director of Charities Tournament, who just keeps it going. And Glenview is just synonymous with Chicago Charities.
Yeah, I mean,
They not only open their doors, but they also provide a phenomenal party for everybody, all the paddle enthusiasts to come out and enjoy. You gotta love Zubori's little tweener there.
of course,
Style points.
without effort. And right down Denise, Cran and Herchel not putting a lot of pressure on Zubori and Hanish at all. I look for them to get their legs under them. And to be honest with you, Zubori and Hanish aren't putting a lot of pressure on them yet. So,
Sometimes it takes a couple games, Guy, you know? Like,
Absolutely.
this is a big venue. Playing against Hanish and Zubori, you know? I mean, everybody, like, three-time, two-time national champs. Sometimes it just takes a little bit to get your legs under you and just get a feel for the spin. That's something that I think is hard to pick up from watching, for those of you who are joining us on the monitor from your TV. The ball is moving a lot. It hits the screen, it hits the ground, it hits the screen. Every surface it makes contact with, the ball is just not exactly where you think it's going to be.
well, I think we both agree Zubori's got the biggest spin in the women's game right
Yes,
now.
always has.
And she's making it look easy. And like you said, there are a ton of RPMs on that ball.
Yeah.
The ball is going to jump and move. It's not going to end up off the deck where it landed.
Yep. And how the ball bites off your paddle. Let's talk about that too.
Well, yeah. So if you're not using a continental grip to defend that ball off the deck, you don't know where it's going. And if you reach for it, you have no idea where it's going. And two, going back to the weather, I mean, these guys played their last match in the sun and 60 degrees. I mean,
Right.
it's 45 now.
That's a tough one. I feel like unless you're hitting like a pressure penetrating drive, I feel like a lob is going to serve Cran and Herchel way more and get really picky on when you're going to do the little chip or off-pace probing drive. Because they are just, when they're on the net, they're not waiting. Hanish and Zubori are not waiting for the ball to come to them. They are jumping on everything.
Okay, game point to go up 5-love. First set.
That's,
And there it is.
that's just tough.
A quick 5-love. Denise, let me tell you about our sponsor, Corient. Corient is excited to partner with the APTA because whether as advisors to our members or as members themselves, they are already part of the APTA community. Learn more at www.corient.com, the official wealth sponsor of the APTA.
Thank you, Corient, and all our sponsors for making this tournament and all the tournaments throughout the season. Because without your support, we wouldn't be able to do it. I just got a little, on the little chat, just wanted to shout out that Sally Cottingham is wearing green leggings as well.
Nice, nice.
So it might be a thing, Guy. We might be creating a thing. All right. Vic Cran is serving. Or Hanish returning.
And I would say, too, from Hanish and Zubori being up 5-love, on their side of the net, they just want to close out this set. Cran and Herchel want to do everything they can to extend it because they have to take some momentum into the second set. And you said it a moment ago, too. If you haven't played against Zubori much, and I think you mentioned this is their first tournament of the season, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mean, if you played Zubori last year, okay, but guess what? No one spins the ball like her.
No.
So it takes a little while to get your legs under you, like this here. Yeah, well.
Sorry.
Herchel and
It's
Cran.
going to happen. Live by the sword, die by the sword.
Yeah, Herchel and Cran say thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, and please don't try that again because
Yeah.
you'll probably make it.
You're starting to see
great
a
ball.
little bit of this eye.
Yep.
And I
Zubori's coming
think
up.
it's a great tactic with them. And then Hanish will work her way in when she has time and
When
balance.
it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Love it. And again, talking about, Guy, always working with your partner and identifying the strengths. I mean, Zubori's overhead, she's almost always on the left. And Hanish is on the right, looking to defend against the volley when they both are up at the net because she's able to generate that much more spin and pace and just create a lot of chaos with her overheads.
And, the thing about what's made Zubori and Hanish such a good team is they know their roles. Hanish is going to step out of the way and let her swing big. She'll move to the right or she'll duck, probably more often move to the right because Zubori swings so big. But
yes.
you never see Hanish steal one of Zubori's overheads.
No. Here she comes.
And I'll point something out about Zubori's shot selection. We'll continue that. I'll bring up that point after we go into break.
All right, we will be right back in just a moment after these messages right here on the APTA YouTube channel with live streaming by CSM Media, Streambox Lobs, and match statistics provided by Court Director.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
to the APTA Tour. I'm Denise Murphy here with the legendary Guy Moore. We are here at the Glenview Club in Gulf, Illinois with this women's quarterfinal round match between our number 2 seed, Florentina Hanish, and Anna Maria Zubori, versus our number 6 seed, Victoria Cran, and Lindsay Herchel. Guy, thoughts on the first set? Went by pretty quick, 6-0 to our number 2 seeds.
I'll tell you what, Denise, it's just how clean and solid Hanish and Zubori are. And Zubori doing what she does well. She's spinning the ball, and in her shot selection, I was going to bring that up before we went to break, is she's always hitting the ball at right spot.
Yes.
Always. And that makes her execution that much easier because she's never hitting the ball to a spot where they're going to put themselves in a bad position. But I would say, yeah. I mean she's off her front foot, and that's what she's done the whole first set. You know, just that first set took, 15 minutes probably. And I would say Cran and Herchel, they've got to lengthen the point. They've got to lob better. And if they can't get the lob up and they're hitting the ball to Zubori, don't lob it because she's just going to continue spinning the ball.
Yeah. They can directionally control that ball over Hanish's head. So if Zubori does take it, she's moving back and not balanced. So the likelihood of her hitting an offensive overhead goes way down.
Absolutely. And to reintroduce our players, to the top left of the screen, we have Victoria Cran in the gray shirt and blue hat. Her partner, Lindsay Herchel, to the right on the top right, with the black shirt on and red paddle. We have Florentina Hanish to the right on the bottom part of our screen, and her partner, Anna Marie Zubori.
The tricky thing is when you typically let a ball go to the screen with a seasoned team like Cran and Herchel. They're getting position, they're anticipating where it's going to be, but it's not there because of we've mentioned it a bunch of times already, but it's a major factor so far in that quick first set where the ball is not where they think it's going to be, and as a result, they either outright miss it or they hit a ball they're way off balance, and now the response is very short, and then they just end it.
Well, the good news is they're taking some time and talking here.
I like that.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, the solution right now is as simple as you want it to be, is the points have got to get longer. And we always say this, you have to do the basics well, meaning you can't miss serve returns, you can't miss first volleys, and you certainly can't fault. But I think, Denise, if they just get into every single point, they're going to have much better results than where they are now. I mean, and listen, Zubori and Hanish are not making mistakes.
If you had to choose, if Cran and Herchel, do you think they would be more successful at the net or at the baseline?
I want to say net.
I would too.
Yeah, just with what Zubori has shown with her spins and how effective they are.
A little fun fact about Lindsay Herchel, she's a social worker at the Boston Public School System, and she got married this year.
Nice.
Her husband, Jimmy Hughes, so shout out to hubby Jimmy.
Would you say Cran and Herchel from the baseline just need to focus on winning 1 point at a time right now? I mean, yes, 1 game at a time.
Yes. Looking no further than 1 point, actually just 1 hit at a time, just focused on where when they're at the baseline, just getting their body in a position to be able to lob over Hanish's head. I mean,
yeah,
force her to hit some. Not that her overhead is. It's just different. Hanish's overheads are more traditional. She executes them excellent. They're almost always deep and low, and minimizes the amount of offense that the baseline team can bring. But it's Zubori's spin that just causes all kinds of trouble if you don't have the reps.
And I'll say this too, this temperature, let's see what Hanish does here. If she hits it or kind of pushes, I bet she'll hit it.
Yep, Hanish is serving, Herchel returning.
Yeah, but I think this temperature for Zubori in this matchup is really good too. with that spin overhead that she's hitting.
Yes.
And this is what we were just talking about. Get ahead in the game, 30 love. It doesn't feel as bad that you're down 2 love in this set because you're actually winning this game, which hasn't happened much so far.
See, there you go.
Better lobs from
Yes.
Herchel. Yep.
Yes, you get both feet behind the service line. I mean, their heels were on the service line there, and you're going to extract some either misses or they just can't nearly hurt you as much, bottom line. So that was precise, the really good lobbing from Herchel on that point.
Yeah, great balls down the line. And not only that, kind of into that little bit of a gray area. Well, and you know, too, Denise, when she lobs more down the line, it takes Zubori's angle into that side screen completely away.
Yes. She's got to come back middle with that.
And with as well as she's spinning it, the middle's fine.
See, it's just interesting, Zubori's choices when you get her even 1 foot behind the service line. It negates her big spin because she doesn't have the angle. Like the odds are not in her favor, and she's making really good decisions. Playing within herself, just sending that ball like a little mini like slash, little cut, deep reset. Oh boy.
Yes, you did. Or if you
Vic
don't,
Cran is the best.
Yeah, of course. Yes, Victoria Cran. And if you don't want to run, just try to block it.
Right, totally. You might have caught her little accent there, but Cran is from England. She was born in Huddersfield. So she's got, I always love an accent.
Absolutely.
You kind of have that southern drawl accent, guy, coming from Bama.
Alabama doesn't ever leave you, you know. As much as you want to try. Yes, I'm from 40-15, Herchel and Cran back to deuce here. And that's, listen.
Much better lobbing. It's
absolutely. And
Hanish hitting that overhead from beyond the service line. I mean, we're extracting some errors, Cran and Herchel are, just by simply lobbing better and meaning deeper, which limits the offensive spin overheads that Zubori can, in a high percentage way, hit. It's a great volley. Yeah, I like their favor them at the net versus the baseline, even though you get that coming at you. But they have both Cran and Herchel have very good hands.
Cran and Herchel on the board, but better lobs, Denise.
They're much better lobs.
Yeah, it eliminates the ball that's hurting them the most, which is Zubori's spin. And sometimes the adjustments are so simple, but they're not always easy to execute.
Yes.
But, and we said it a moment ago, too. There's no way that any other tactic could be than to slow it down. You don't slow anything down by driving. You slow it down by lobbing better, and that's certainly what they did. And not only were they lobbing better, but lobbing to better spots.
So I'm kind of surprised that Cran stayed back on that. Like they're staying back right now. But maybe they're just feeling it with the lobs. They're like, no, we're feeling it. They're settled in.
Well, you know what? It's a valid point. I mean, they just won the last game from the baseline.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know what's so good about that, too, is whether they win or lose, they feel like that's where they're going to be more successful. Mm-hmm. And they made the adjustment that quickly. They recognized it.
I love hearing the early communication between the partnerships. I don't know if it's very subtle, but you can hear hit you, like just constantly kind of a Bloomberg of words telling a partner what they're doing. There comes Hanish joining Zubori up at the net.
And again, early in the season, well, I shouldn't say it's that early, but you see Hanish and Zubori playing a lot in that formation that was so successful in them in the semis and nationals.
Yes.
That's going to be a tactic I think we see from them a lot. And by the way, it's at this level, because Zubori is so athletic, she can get away with that. I mean, because she covers so much of the net with her wingspan.
Yes. Yeah, that was an incredible display of athleticism in that.
And we talked about it in the Nationals last year, too,
Yes.
and when they first introduced that. Like, her net scheme is her net scheme because she's the only one hitting every ball at the net. I mean, she could do whatever
Right.
she wants.
Mine,
Yeah.
mine.
I mean, yeah.
Like from Nemo,
No more. Hey,
the
no.
seagulls.
By the way, no more sliding right.
Nope. I don't need to worry about that.
I don't know what I'm going to teach if there's no more sliding right.
I have confidence in you, Guy. You'll come up with something. Really good lobs from Herchel and Cran. Look at that, both feet beyond. Service
Right.
line, why do we
Yeah.
love to set up the drive, Guy?
It is.
Textbook.
Really good. And then you just hope for a couple free points like that, and all of a sudden you're up 30-love.
Such a nice, I just love the low contact. The lower you make contact with that ball, the lower it's going to bounce on for the baseline team, which really limits the amount of high percentage offense they can bring. Just so pretty. Great dig by Cran. Again, they're really targeting Hanish on her lobs. Wow.
Hanish always does such a good drop. She feels the drive coming, steps in. Rock solid, volleys behind her. And even look at like Zubori's serve, just so much spin.
There's so much on it.
You watch her forehand, so much spin. You know what I noticed too about Zubori too? That's everything she does is so relaxed.
Yes.
Like, look at her service motion is so relaxed. Her overhead, so the spin overhead, so relaxed. The drive, relaxed.
Again, great lobs by Cran and Herchel, getting them to have at least 1 foot beyond that service line.
Well, they've slowed it down.
Slowed it down so beautifully.
Yep.
A couple execution errors, but for the most part, just I would say they found a way to get in this match. Now the score is not, I mean,
It's a
But
lot
they're
closer
there.
than the first set.
heck yeah.
Well, the other thing too, Denise, is
She wanted that.
in a matchup like this, you have to beat Hanish and Zubori. They've got to be willing to stay out there a long time.
Yes.
A long time. And it's late in the day, and that's more of a mental challenge, right?
Yeah, just trusting yourself and your strategy, and just knowing it's going to take a long time to slowly break them down 1 point at a time.
Well, how about this question? First question of the day.
Oh gosh, Guy. Shoot.
How often have you ever seen Hanish and Zubori lose quickly? It hasn't happened very much. I mean, they just don't lose quickly.
Yeah, my mind's drawing a blank.
They
I
just
can't
don't,
think of a
because
match.
if they
They
make
keep figuring out
adjustments.
a way,
Yeah,
yep.
they make adjustments. So the only reason I bring that point up is because as a team playing against them, certainly at the Charities, the second largest tournament of the year, other than the Nationals,
Yes.
I mean, it's everybody wants to win this tournament. So just a little bit more pressure, but
Again, Vic Cran serving. Anna Maria Zubori returning. I do think it's interesting when they go two back when Cran was serving before that Herchel moved to the due side. They didn't stack on the same side to
Right.
keep their sides. It's a great shot.
Yeah, that lob that's, you know, a little above head level inside the service line. That's what's going to happen with that. And the other thing, too, is Cran and Herchel have to take advantage of the freebies. They absolutely have to.
Yeah. Cran has a great serve. I mean, I would say the best shots, she's known for her just big forehand drive, which she hasn't had many looks today in this match, and her fantastic serve. I mean, that thing, it's kicking more than perhaps you can tell. And they're typical, Cran and Herchel typically have a big count in mouse with Cran's big either return or drive in the middle of the point, and then Herchel just flying in behind it. But Hanish and Zubori have basically taken that whole play out of this match.
Yeah, and we're talking about the quarterfinals of the Charities.
Right.
I mean, this is again, going back to what we just said. I mean, and Hanish and Zubori are more or less playing a flawless match. You just get the sense that Herchel and Cran are at best neutral, not looking. They're just looking to hit balls back. They're not offensive at all. They just haven't had the opportunity.
Great volleys, great drives.
Notice the location.
Yeah.
2 balls to Cran.
Just precision targets by Hanish.
And she went to Herchel to move the ball, even though the ball was wide. He was going to move it cross court. Great get by Hanish.
Man, pulling out the backhand.
Switching quickly. That's what I mean by always hitting the ball the right spot.
Yep.
How hard did she hit that? Not hard.
No.
She didn't have to.
She
It's
can
the
hit
right
it a lot
spot.
harder than that.
Yeah.
But that actually is the value because she can hit it so hard, Guy, that when she doesn't, everybody's bracing for it and kind of locked in, doubling down, and then it's
Right.
an off-pace ball.
And she knew that they were going to come in behind it, so why hit it hard where it can turn into an offensive screen drive? Here we are at match point, Denise. 6-love, 5-1,
Wow.
40-love.
I think that's the first fault.
I think you're right. From Hanish?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a phenomenal return. Great serve and great return by Cran. I think it just dipped.
Sure did. Three quick points.
Wow, just like that. I love how low Zubori's getting at the net and just pops up. Oh. Okay. Great serve and return. It's a great spot. I love that middle overhead. Zubori is going to light it up. We want her to be far from home when she lights it up. Good take by Hanish.
Yeah, she just weighs
Stepping
6.
in.
You see how balanced she is.
Yes. Again, talking about the wide base.
So wide, so good.
So good.
So good.
Great get by Herchel.
Ooh,
Wow.
Hanish.
That's kind of fun. She's like, I can do that too.
Hanish put a little sizzle. Look at that. Nice shot.
All right, again, match point. Hanish and Zubori. All right, Cran and Herchel still alive here. Great get.
Made that look easy. It is not.
Here it comes. I thought she was going to pull that right through the middle.
I did too.
I'm surprised she was going for that.
We really haven't
Just-
seen Zubori unload on one yet.
No.
She hasn't really had to, but she hasn't.
What percentage guy do you think she's hitting?
Zubori,
Yes.
30.
I was going to say between 30 and 40. I mean, she has
Well-
the ability to just like laser beam that for anybody of our viewers watching. If ever
And I-
seen a previous match of hers when she wants to, it's hard to see. Great shot. All right, once again, match point. Hanish serving. Herchel returning. Great job getting those waterfalls back. That's not easy. Changing the trajectory is so tough. It's not just the spin or the pace guy. Now you've got their working trajectories, which is the third piece. All right. There you have it. Guy, your thoughts?
Well, Denise, I just think it's close to a flawless match for Hanish and Zubori, and Cran and Herchel really never got their legs under them. And that's because of Hanish and Zubori. They just
Yes.
put a lot of pressure on you. And, you know, when there's that much pressure and they're playing that well, sometimes it's just tough to win that match.
Yeah, I mean, your margin for error, not just straight up errors, but your margin if you hit a slightly weaker shot, like you put it in the place, a drive is a little higher than you want it, a lob's a little shorter, it's probably, the point's going to be over against a team
Absolutely.
like Hanish and Zubori. So kudos to our second seeds. They advanced to the semifinal round. So that's a wrap from the women's quarterfinals here at Chicago Grand Prix. We've got the other quarters going on right now, about 5 minutes. So stay tuned for that. But tomorrow morning, just to give you a little heads up, we'll have the semifinal round of the women's at 9 o'clock, followed by the finals at 12:30. Thanks for tuning in, Guy.
Denise,
Pleasure.
a pleasure.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.